friends, welcome back to Graceful Living, and welcome if you are new here today. I am so glad you decided to stop by. In today's video, I'm going to be here in our master suite cleaning up and then putting in small touches of fall all throughout. Now I am going to go into our master bath and try and rearrange some of the decor in there because it has been the same since we moved in, and I think it might be time for a little bit of a change. Now I don't know if I'm going to muster up the courage to go out in the garage and go through my decor bins, so if I don't, I'm just going to try and rearrange what's already in there, and then by adding those small touches of fall, I'm hoping that it will be just enough of a difference for me. So I hope that you will come along with me. If you are new and you haven't yet subscribed, I would love for you to consider becoming a part of our little Graceful Living family. Now all you have to do is hit that red button down below and it's absolutely free. But for now, let's go ahead and get started on today's video. As always, when I begin cleaning, I find myself starting in our master bath. I'm not sure why that is, but it always begins that way. Another thing that is a normal occurrence is using my e-cloths to clean my mirrors and my faucets. To me, there is nothing like a streak-free polished look, and I know I'm always going to get that with these cloths. If you are interested in purchasing e-cloths, I do have a link down below in my description box, and if you ever wonder which ones to purchase first, I would say it definitely depends on your budget or what they might have on sale at the time. But a window polishing cloth is a must, and right up there with it is their amazing dusting cloth. There is nothing like them. Here in our master bath, we have two vanities, and I love it. This and the walk-in shower were definite selling points in my opinion. This one here is my husband, and as much as I want to make it pretty, I also want to make it functional for him. I try to remember that we are human, living human lives. So every now and then, things in our homes aren't going to be Pinterest worthy, but what is more important than that perfect social media look is that everyone is comfortable. I love the idea of decorating his space with more masculine elements. So over the years, I have kept some of his old shave brushes to display here, and I even store some along with some soaps and other things in this canister. Speaking of this canister, I know you all love it just as much as I do, and I will probably get a few more questions about it, but I purchased it many years ago at a local shop up north. So as you can see, I decided to move the candlesticks and then brought over this fleur-de-lis piece that I had on my vanity. I know, not a huge change, but it beats going out and looking for something in the bins. This way, I already know that it works in this space, and it does add in a different look on this counter. Now on over to my side of the bathroom. I chose this vanity when we moved in because I'm the one that uses hairspray, and I didn't want to run the risk of spraying it on the shower doors each day. Now using my e-cloths here as well, bringing in that shine that they do so well. I I decided to try the candlesticks here and I like the new look. Decorating our homes can be so expensive at times, so shopping your house is definitely a money saving tip. By simply moving things around, it creates a brand new look for nothing. So getting creative and using what you have on hand is a win for sure. I do tend to switch our soap dispensers back and forth between bathrooms, so I just brought these in here. And because I will be about the only one using this one, I decided to dress it up a little more than usual. I don't like doing this to each one because I know you have to be a little more careful with its use, and I don't want to create a hassle for my family or our guests. So I'll do it here and be happy with that. Another way to dress things up on the thrifty side is by using small bits of decorative trim. You can find this type at Hobby Lobby for such a great price. And then on top of that, it does go on sale for 50% off at times, making it even better. I know I sound like a broken record at times. If it's not moss being used everywhere, all the time, it's my e-cloth everywhere, all the time. But I had to let you in on this incredible tip. Using my e-cloths here is a total game changer. Now we are very careful to dry the shower doors and the frame after each use, so it does stay fairly clean. But to make it picture perfect and sparkling clean, I take my e-cloths to it and it's perfect. This is my other favorite e-cloth. This dusting cloth beats the other duster I use hands down. It leaves my black doors and furniture virtually dust free. Now, as much as I love my e-cloths, I also love the smell of a great cleaning product. So today, this is what I'm using in our water closet, and it smells so good. Another little cleaning hack that I didn't use today but normally do is to vacuum my tile with the lights off. Letting that vacuum light shine down on all the dirt and dust left behind is an eye-opener. You see it all and I feel like you get a cleaner floor. And a quick shout out to Miss Millicent and her little smushy face. Okay, now that the cleaning is done, I want to bring in just the tiniest bits of fall, but I had such a hard time figuring out to set it up here. So I called in reinforcements and Jeremiah came to the rescue once again, but he didn't want to be on camera, so this little rearrange is courtesy of him. For some reason, I struggled over here as well, but I think I finally got it looking good to my eye. Obviously, Moss is the ticket this year. Another favorite of mine when it comes to cleaning tools is my mop. I will definitely link it and everything I've used today down below for you. My husband purchased mine on Amazon, but I think you can find them at Walmart and at Target as well. Mine is the cordless version, and I love that feature too. It mops all of my tile, and I can use it a few more times for our entry down to our living room area before I need to charge it again. Now onto the bedroom. I did just change the bedding, so I don't need to do that today. Thank goodness. That is a chore in itself, and as you can see, my helpers are always eager to, well, be in the way. There are times when I trick them out the door and shut it real quick because they are such a pain. But even though they are a pain at times, these faces are so hard to resist. They're both so sweet and so adorable. Millicent and her smushy face, and Brooklyn and her loving little temperament is just too cute for words. Millicent's going to come over with a toy. She absolutely loves her toys and she wants you to play with her, but don't touch her toy. Don't touch her toy. In fact, right now, as I'm doing this voiceover, I actually took a couple pictures of her and posted them on Instagram. She is done with me having to voiceover. It's time to play. There is nothing like getting into bed at the end of the evening and having a space that's not only beautiful to look at, but that you feel comfortable in as well. It really doesn't take much at all to turn your room into a lovely space. Making sure that it is neat and tidy and adding in a few special touches of decor is all you really need to create an inviting atmosphere. Today is the day to use cleaning products. Obviously, like I mentioned, I love scents, and this wood cleaner is another product with an amazing scent. I think it being the fall season makes scents even more enticing. Fall and Christmas scents are by far my favorite, so adding in some of these to the daily chores that I do make them a little easier to accomplish and a lot better smelling too. I decided to add a few pumpkins to this little urn of sorts, but being they are foam inside, it's the perfect time to use toothpicks to help keep them in place for the season. These little pumpkins are from the Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby. All were super inexpensive, and I've simply dressed them up using a little bit of moss. I think this is the perfect display for this small vignette. Anytime I decorate or clean up around the house, I try to remember the atmosphere I am trying to create. I want our home to be a place where everyone finds refuge, comfort, and peace from everything that goes on outside our doors. I want our home to be the place where my family can't wait to be and they hate to leave. When thinking about bringing fall decor here into the master room, I wanted to keep the same theme going on from around the rest of the home, keeping it light and airy, simple yet elegant, and just enough to whisper, "Hello, autumn." For this side of the bed, I decided to bring in an urn that I had used in the kitchen previously, and I'm going to add in a few stems I purchased at Hobby Lobby this year. And then I decided to make a huge mess on my already cleaned nightstand by surrounding them with my dried hydrangeas. Then adding in a few more of those small velvet pumpkins, and I think this makes the perfect little fall vignette. For this next vignette, I did lose some footage of me placing the greenery up on the mirror, but after I got that up, I added in these beautiful pedestal birds that I love so much, using the mirror for their reflection and pairing them with this simple tin that I filled with moss and some pumpkins that I've had for years. This table acts as a little desk for me. Our last house was much bigger, and when I decided to downsize, I had nowhere to put this. But I also don't want to get rid of it. I have a feeling this won't be our permanent station, so having it here for right now is just fine. Just like that, the fall transformation is done. I am loving all the small, quaint touches of autumn in this space. I think it's all just enough to bring in the feeling of change and lends itself to being simple and elegant all in one. I feel like it is a great representation of creating the perfect atmosphere for your own home. It's not hard at all. It just requires a little effort and a whole lot of love. I realize there are days when housekeeping is just hard to face. We all have our days when what needs or should be done is the last thing on our list. But when we begin to think of it in a different light, not just another day of chores, cleaning and cooking all over again, but as a true worship to God and a ministry to our beloved family. The Bible teaches us that whatever we do, we should do with our whole heart as unto the Lord. So doing these tasks around my home as I reflect on that makes it much easier to create a loving atmosphere. Another thing I have considered over the years is to focus on what they did instead of what they didn't. I used to get so wrapped up in the fact that things were in disarray and not put back to my liking. But I would take that over the fact that nothing is ever out of place because that one person that uses those items isn't here. Having lived through many deployments and my husband's vanity sitting there untouched for months on end makes me appreciate those little messes. Now, that's not to say I don't ever struggle. So I ask God to help me through those moments. And I try to remember that no home is perfect. This is our story. And you know what? I kind of love it. Dear friends, as I begin to bring this one to a close, I want to leave you with a little more encouragement for the coming week as you begin to clean and maybe even decorate your home. Start your day off on a positive note. Maybe consider stopping to pray for a few moments before you begin, or simply put on some encouraging music to take you through your task. And most of all, remember, you are creating a haven for your family. You are writing in the pages of your own story, creating not only a lifestyle, but a home where everyone feels safe. I want to thank you for sticking around to the end with me. I hope you enjoyed today's video and look forward to coming back once again. For now, I want to wish you a wonderful rest of your week. Remember to stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.